All right, folks. I've been through this carburetor at least 3 times before. And it's always exhibiting different problems. The last problem I had was it would run for a while and then just die. So it wasn't getting fuel, is my guess. Now, if you look down here, you can see that the top is not on straight. I don't know if that can be a problem or not, but we'll have to fix that. Dang. That fits a little tight. All right, this gasket is hosed. Oh. I need to order a new gasket. I hate that. As soon as I think I got something, I got to order parts again. All right. Measurement of the float level is from the top of this. So that would depend on how far this was screwed down in, I would guess. The main jet, let me see if I can get this in there straight so I'm not just pushing on one side. All right, the main jet is supposed to be a 32. Let's take a look. My old eyes can't hardly see anymore. So, let's see if this will do it. It's not plugged in. Well, let's plug it in. What do you say? There it is. That definitely says 32 on it. And it's totally plugged. Well, how could that be? All right, the pilot jet I think it said that was supposed to be a 95. It's got some writing on it. Well, I could have been wrong. It's a 35, it says. And that's open. I can see through there, I think. All right. This comes out easy enough. And we need probably an 8. Yep. A socket to get that out. And that is going to be even smaller, maybe a 6. This would be, I guess, a vent, and it goes up. You watch, see this. This goes in here, comes up this rib right to here and here. So what's this jet doing in here? An overflow jet? I never heard of that. I got to go get the book on this thing. This well, it's wide open, that's for sure. I can't tell what that is. It appears to be something like OIV or maybe DIV. I don't see any numbers on it. No. Or is it OW? Or, yeah, that could be. I have no idea what it's for, as I don't know what this is for. Let me show you. You see that OW came out of here, and then over here, which is tied into the same place, we have this. This is just a plug. Okay. Down here should be the, let me see what we got. 1/2, 1, just a little over 1. That's the idle mixture. And other than, there are two look like non-removable jets down in here, and I have no idea what they go to. I think they're vents only, because they go right up the side and to this hole here, and the same on the other side. Not used to seeing this in my Mikunis on my Yamahas. All right. Well, the main jet is plugged. So we need to take the emulsion tube out, and we're going to need to take this out too. So let me get a couple of small sockets and I'll be back. All right, the emulsion tube came out. The seat for the needle came out. And I can see through all of the holes in the emulsion tube. So it's clean, and inside is clean. We're going to squirt some carb cleaner to it. Main jet will just clean right out with some carb clean. pilot jet comes through. That vent hole is good. That vent hole is good. I think this is for the choke, maybe. No, that goes to the mixture screw. That one goes where it's supposed to go, I think. That one's open. All right, there's another removable jet in here. Let's see if we can get that out. That jet is open. It's a pretty big one. All right, this one, where does this go? All right, this feeds this hole right in here, and that's good. I don't see anything. Could be causing a problem. Except the gasket. All right, I better go in and order a new gasket for it right away. And it's going to be an OEM one, if I can find one. I'll be back. So I was having trouble yesterday trying to figure out how to set the float level, because there's a little spring, whatchamacallit, pin that sticks out of the float needle. And I wasn't sure whether you're supposed to set the float level at the extent of the pin exiting the needle, I guess you'd say. I'm having trouble coming up with the right words. Or if you should do it with the carb upside down and the pressure from the weight of the floats on that pin, which is going to be different. It's going to push it down in a ways. I posted on Facebook on a group that works on these things, and a fellow named Ray responded that you first turn it upside down, which is this way, but then you rotate it. Pardon me, my throat's a little dry. Until that pin, that spring-loaded pin, first comes in contact with the tab on here. It's as if you had a solid pin in, or a solid float needle. Now, this is set to 7 millimeters, and you're supposed to measure from the top of there to the top of the float. And I'm off by probably 3 millimeters. So then I've got to adjust the little tang this little guy right here. I've got to adjust that so that the float goes up farther before it shuts off. Now, with a little bit of luck and these very thin pliers, I can get in there and just give it just a little tweak. So now it has to lean back just a little bit so that gravity pulls this. Well, I think I need to lean it back just a little bit more now. So that should be right at it. So let's take our measurement again and see if we made any difference whatsoever. Let me get this up. No, we didn't. So I need to work at that adjustment and keep adjusting it until I get it right. Then we need to test that outside of the bike, because I don't want to put it in there and then find out it's leaking all over the place. So I'm going to make some adjustments to this and back and forth until I get it where it's 7 millimeters, and then I'll bring you back. All right, so that prior procedure wasn't working. So what I did was I took the micrometer and I measured down 7.5 millimeters from the top, and I put a little mark there. Now, when I look down through here, I can see that pin, and I can see the point at when it just makes contact. Right about there. And if I look over the top of the floats, right there, I don't know if I'm showing you that well or not. Well, that appears to be 7.5 millimeters from where the tang on the floats, the adjustable tang, first contacts the spring-loaded pin in that float needle. Now, my gasket is terrible. It's not a good gasket, and I have others. I have 2 more on order. One's a cheapie, and I finally found a new old stock Honda one. So I ordered a second one to make sure I had a good one. All right, now we can put the bowl on. And hopefully, when we tighten down the bail, It will seal it all up very nice. And now, what I'm going to do is put this over here. I was practicing welding the other day. I need a lot more practice. I also need some soft jaws for this vise. All right, you can't see this, but the gas reached this point right here and stopped. There is no overflow. So I'm thinking we may just have it correct. So we'll put it back on the machine, start it up, and see what happens. I got to find a gas filter because when I took this carb apart, it had been cleaned when I put it on, and it ran for about 2 minutes, and both the pilot and the main jet were clogged. So we'll be back. Well, she runs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it runs. It runs pretty good, too. Sounded pretty good. I think a lot of it was that float level that I got set, finally, with Ray's help. And of course, the 2 jets that were plugged. And I do have a fuel filter on it now. I was using 2-stroke gas to test it with because the petcock is hosed up, and I've got parts coming from Partzilla for that. And I'm just going to put it in my storage locker for now. I may take a ride on it next year in the spring when it gets warm again, but I know it runs. I'll winterize it and put it away for the winter. And thanks for watching. If you're not already subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you did. I don't do a lot of Hondas. This is, I think this is the first Honda I've actually worked on. I've worked on a Kawasaki, but most of the things I do are Yamahas. So, and most of them are two-stroke. But my next project is going to be a V-Strom that has an error code showing that the fuel injection system is not working quite right. And I worked on it once before, thought I found it, got the mice out of it, and put a new air filter in it. They had made a nest right on top of the air filter and cleaned everything up, and I did not take the air box out and look underneath it, and I should have. So I put everything back together and got about half a mile down the road and the air light came back on. So I'm going to bring it back in. I got some parts for it, and I'm going to see if I can get that fixed and then put it up for sale. That was my touring bike, 650 V-Strom. So I don't tour anymore, so it'll be for sale. So I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. GoPro, stop recording.